not any beginner level or intermediate level. In steel, we have beginner level, intermediate level, and expert level. So if you do something repeatedly, you become an expert. But when you do repeatedly, every time you have to correct yourself or improve yourself from what you have done there. So how do you compare? Do you compare amongst your friends? If you compare amongst your friends, then you are a fool. You will stand wherever you are. You need to compare with yourself. How I was yesterday. Okay. Today I have taken one step. Today in this session, suppose if you learn one particular thing, then from compared with yesterday to today, you are better. You know something like what 21st century expects. I have come one step ahead. I will turn back and see that yes, I have proceeded further. Then I will keep going, learning every day something. If I turn back, I will see that I have. That is the comparison you should do. Comparison should be only with you, not with others. There was a Kathak dance class. One boy, one girl, they were dancing. And the boy was missing his steps. The teacher started scolding him. You are missing his steps. See that girl, how she is dancing. Again he was missing the steps and the teacher came and told, you are missing the steps because your eye or eyes were on her footsteps and not in yours. You were only looking at her and you are missing your steps. But yours. That is what we are all doing now. We are looking what others are doing and we are forgetting what we are doing. So look at what you are first of all and improve yourself. Don't compare yourself with others. So this is very, very important to do. So coming to entrepreneurship, I will give you difference between the business and then entrepreneurship. Business is something which is done mainly for money and they may not follow ethics and morals. There is no rule for business that they should follow ethics and morals. They may be selling wine, they may be selling medicines, expired medicines, they may be selling foodstuffs with a different label after expiring, and ingredients may also be changed, covering up which are not present. They do anything for money. Whereas entrepreneurship is something which they do for a cause, to solve a problem. Through entrepreneurship, one need not make money. Their idea is to solve the problem. Okay? Entrepreneurship is to do something, give a solution to a problem, and they follow ethics and morals. And because solving a problem, you have to be following ethics and morals. Otherwise, problem will multiply. Okay? So that is one thing. One more thing, the entrepreneur is a person who is having a different idea. He can convert that into a business to make money, that idea, but following the ethics and morals. There are 4 types of jobs which you can get. Whether you can be employed, 9 to 5 job, getting a monthly salary. Whether you can be a self-employed. You need not attach yourself with any company, but you can go and do services and get job. They are all limited source of income. You people have to start thinking about what sort of job you are going to get. I don't want to mention it as a job because I want you to think it as a career. The difference between job and career is job is only for money. Career is for passion. Do something what you like and do that, get money. Job is do something, get money, whether you like it or not. Okay? So this you have to say, I'm looking for a career. I'm not looking for a job. Because I wanted to be happy. I wanted to do something which makes me happy. I told you. The inner and the outer should align. What you think and what you do should align. Only then your life will be happy and contented. Just money cannot purchase happiness. It should come from within. Enjoying the sessions. That comes from my within. I'm doing something what I love to do. Right? So you need to align what you are capable of doing, what will make you better job or a career. So entrepreneurs are somebody who gives solution, and they give solution to a problem for which no one else has solved so far. The first idea brought in by a person is called as an entrepreneur. Business is not like that. If you have a saree shop, they continue by generations. They continue. Maybe some innovations may come. They may change online shopping, this, that, and all. But it's not a new idea. So new idea is something which will solve a problem for the first time. You have got a solution for that problem for the first time by somebody. It has a lot of risks because you don't know whether the public will accept it or not. But if at all, if they accept, then you will be picking like anything in your business. That product, if that product solves majority of the people problems, then you will be on the top of the world. Imagine Facebook. There are so many other platforms have come, but none of them were able to remove Facebook from our mind. That was started long back, but still the concept of uniting people, that is problem solving. Even now I can connect with my LKG, UKG students, classmates. How we got connected? Through that only. Now only Instagrams are coming. Facebook was famous because it was helping us for networking and bringing back our people, our friends, our colleagues, our relatives. We may not have mobile phones to store their numbers those days. No phones only landlines. So now after that, we search which school they studied, where they lived. So we connect with our friends. Like this, lot of innovations and lot of new things have come. So entrepreneurship, new thinking, creative thinking, critical thinking, solving problems, these are all the things which are required for your 21st century. You may ask, like, how can everybody can start a business? I would like to work somewhere, yes. But with an entrepreneurial mindset. Okay? You need to work, you will get a job if you have an entrepreneurial mindset. Means what? If your teachers go to principal saying some problem, my students are not studying, they are not disciplined, they are not writing the exams well, or some problem every teacher has. They are often taking leave. They are not serious about. So nowadays, a person cannot go to their boss with only problem. They should come along with a solution. That is what is called as an entrepreneurial mindset. Even if you are working in a company, you need to think of a solution. If you think a problem has no solution, then you are fools. Every problem has multiple solutions. You have to keep thinking. You have to trigger your thinking ability. Next thing. That is why we say critical thinking is very, very important. What is the meaning of critical thinking? Looking at a problem from different angles. Looking at a problem from different angles. When you go to a shop to buy a t-shirt, a salwar or a frock or anything, you go to a dressing room, trial room. What do? You wear, in front of you, you have a mirror. You may have some mirrors on the side also in some places. I don't see me just this view. I see how I look like this, how I look like this. So I see the different angles because people will see me from different angles. I must look good in this dress. Similarly, for a problem, you have to look from all angles. What we do is, we only look at one angle. That is why you say you don't have a solution or you have only one solution. Okay? So those things are to be developed from the school level because this is something which cannot be by heart. This comes as a habit. So I have given assignment to my students. They need to list out from 1 week whatever problems they see in their life. Whatever problems they see in their life. It may be at home, maybe with the kitchen, your mom may say some problem, I have this problem by cooking. Your father may say something. While studying, you may have some difficulty in the class, or outside in the market, you may say, if this is not there, then my life would have been better. If this is not there, my life would have been better. So that is a problem. List out the problems. I make them sit in groups, brainstorming. You give an idea, you give an idea, you give an idea. No one should repeat the research. Wonderful it will be. They start thinking. Thinking starts. So this is what the country wanted the students to start implementing in their life. That is why we are given an assignment to go to schools and tell you all about this. When you start young, it is easy for you. As young as possible, if you are starting this habit of thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking, the sky is the limit, because this century is for you. You don't have to buy heart anything. You just have to understand the concept and study and apply in the real world. In Jharkhand, few years back, there was in a forest, there was a pit in which a small elephant fell. Small baby elephant fell into a pit in the forest. People were trying to save the elephant. They tried different, because if it is a human, you can send a rope and ask the human to catch hold and come. Elephant cannot do that. So the forest officer, who was an IAS, he came and he asked them to pour water. You studied in your science Buoyancy effect, right? The elephant floated and came to the top and they sank. So this you would have studied in 8th standard or something in the science. But where he is using. So whatever you study, you have to understand and study so that you may have to apply it in your real life, because you have to solve the problem. Your answers will not be written in the future. All new things will come to you. You would not have even heard about all these things. You would have heard about 3D printing, but would not have seen. Entire body parts can be printed in 3D and kept in the bank like your blood. If you want a liver, you can bring your own liver with the same genes and DNA. That is how the technology is growing now. Anything, because the transplantation is a big problem now. Organ transplantation, people don't get and they die. So now people see in future, maybe when you get your grandchildren, they'll be living for 300, 400 years. Because for everything we have a solution. For everything you have a solution. But how to live 300, 400 years? For which you need to develop emotional intelligence and empathy, interpersonal skills, communication skills, being contented in your life and practice to be happy. Happiness is what you are going to have for longer time, but it is in your hands. If you are going to be unhappy, living for 300, 400 years is going to be a pain. Every job is going to be, majority of them are going to be automated. You will have minimal work, thinking work. You have to find solutions, innovative, creative solutions. This is going to be your job. Remaining time, what will you do? You have to enjoy with your relatives, you have to be happy, you have to do what you love to do. Right? That is how life is going to be in future. And there is another thing which is going to come. If I tell you all now, you can ask like, will it come now? If you want to become a doctor, there will be a chip where all the 5 years, all the internships, experience, everything will be there and it can be implanted in your brain. The next day you become an expert doctor, you can even go and do surgeries. This is how the world is moving faster. Interesting, right? So what do we do the remaining time? We should live your life. Live your life. Be happy. talk to people, be empathetic to people, understand the pain of others. You should have emotional intelligence, not only this technical intelligence, emotional ability. Understand the emotions. Don't only be